Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. Defining discipline is a lifestyle, a mentality, and a brand. And within this podcast, we're going to focus on self improvement as you follow along with me on my journey. We're also going to hear from special guests of all walks of life on this podcast and their remarkable journeys that led them to where they are today. Today is day 78 of my journey. It is Friday, March 19th. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run every single day this year. 365 days, all outside, bearing whatever the weather may bring. Snow, rain, sleet, wind, whatever it is, tornadoes. I plan to be out there every single day today, outside, no treadmills. And that being said, so I did get out there today earlier. It was a pretty nice day. Sun was shining, a little windy and chilly, but I was able to wear just the t-shirt that I'm wearing right now. Had to throw some gloves on, but I was able to pump out 3.4 for the day, and that puts me at 322.1 for the year. So at the beginning of the year, I also challenged myself to run 1,250 miles for the year. So with my daily mileage added to today, that puts me 927.8 out from my yearly goal. 2020 was my first year actually officially fully running throughout the year. I was able to pump out 1,000 miles within that time frame, and I don't know the official amount of days, but I think it was somewhere around 178. So me doing 365 days out of the year is a 100% step up from last year, and me doing the 1,250 miles is a 25% mileage step up from last year. Also, with this time frame, I'll be running my first ever 50K trail race in June, and Yankee Springs, Michigan trail race. Really looking forward to that. I'm hoping to finish that within 5 hours and 22 minutes, which is my first unofficially timed marathon that I ran by myself with my buddy last year, Joe. I finished within 5 hours and 22 minutes. So I would like to do that at the 50K trail race. I'd like to really step up from last year and see the progression as it goes. That's my goal for that race, as well as later this year I actually am also running my first officially timed marathon at the Detroit Free Press Marathon. It's an international marathon that starts in Detroit. You run over to Windsor, Canada, and then come back and end in Detroit. Really looking forward to that, and that is in October. Other than that, though, weekly, every week I've been trying to pump out 33 miles per week and hit that on average. Keep it going around there to pump out as many miles as I can in order to try to hit this yearly goal and make sure that I get ahead of it in case something happens and I have to really slow down my mileage throughout the year. So that being said, I am currently at 16.7, so I have 16.3 to go this week. Nothing too big, nothing too bad. I plan to do 3 tomorrow and then try to pump out a half marathon on Sunday and see if I can get my timing down on that, as well as just see if I can just get that mileage in, because I'm trying to maybe also get a half marathon every month as well. But every month, knowing that I will have to hit at least 100 miles every single month in order to hit my yearly goal, I decided that every month I would do a 100-mile challenge in honor of different fundraisers and charities. And in January we raised money in honor of the American Cancer Society. In February, we raised money in honor of the Detroit Black Community Food Security Network. And now currently in March, the one that is currently going on is for Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. And if you would like to donate to that fundraiser, you can find it on the Defining Discipline Facebook and Instagram stories. Up top on the stories you can click on, you'll see it that there's a link to donate to this fundraiser, as well as you can find it on my personal pages, Facebook and Instagram story as well. So you can find the donate link on either stories from either Facebook or Instagram, on either the Defining Discipline page or my personal page. All donations go directly to this fundraiser Facebook keeps none, so you do not have to worry about part of your donation going to Facebook and them getting a cut. All of it goes directly to this fundraiser, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. I know times are tough, so if you can, $5 will even go a super long way, but if you can't afford it, I get it. At least share this fundraiser so other people can see it, and maybe someone who can afford it that you may know will see this fundraiser and be able to donate, and we can raise some money for this good cause. Other than that, though, guys, I don't want to keep you too much longer. The mileage, though, for the month is 82.3 miles after today's run. So, feeling pretty good. Feeling like I got a good amount out. But let's get into today's episode. We talked about my daily mileage already, which was 3.4. We talked about the weekly mileage, which I'm at 16.7. We talked about the monthly mileage, which I'm at 82.3. And we talked about the yearly mileage, which I'm at 322.1. So let's get into today's episode, episode 78. This is something I don't really have anything written for. I just want to talk right off cusp, and just how I feel about it. So today's episode 78, today's theme is going to be actions. Your actions speak louder than your words. And that never rings more true, I feel like, today. When you have everyone that is a critic, I myself, we live in a world where we love to criticize, and there's no circumstances there's no consequences for criticizing from the criticizer's standpoint. It's always the person that's being criticized where the consequences always come up. But I feel like actions speak louder than words. This isn't about criticism. This is about following through with what we say we're going to do. And one thing that I'm trying to do is follow through with this. I'm 78 days in, because I told myself I'm going to do this. I'm going to record every single day. Last year I got into the running. In 2020 I got really heavy into it. I started in 2019 in October, only got 3 months of running in now, and then last year I ran every single month. Now I'm trying to run every single day in a year. So, and I don't want to just talk about it. I want to be about it. And I feel like a lot of people are a lot of talk, and they're not a lot of do. And for the longest time, that's what I was. I was just talk, always talk. You ask anyone that probably knew me or knows me, for the longest time, even now, I guess I still do it, on certain circumstances, I do it. But I'll say that I'm going to do something, and then, I keep telling people that I'm going to do something, and it's almost I say it as if me saying it is me doing it. And I almost say it as well to put it out there to see how I'll get a reaction for someone else, to see if it's even maybe worth following through with doing. But I never followed through with my actions. And, with running, that's where I'm at. Now I'm following through with the things that I want to do. I'm not letting anything hold me back. I think I may have mentioned the story before, but it's one I like to always touch on because it's personal to me. But, in early 2020 is when I decided I wanted to run my first marathon, and I wanted it to be the Detroit Marathon. This was before COVID hit and it got canceled and all of that. So I signed up for that, and my wife and a couple of her friends signed up for the half marathon, and a buddy of mine wanted to sign up too, but he wanted to sign up for the half marathon, and he was trying to talk me down to run the half marathon, like, oh, don't run the full, like trying to get me to not run the full, to just go run the half. And I wanted to run the full. I wanted my actions, I said I wanted to run the full, and I'm not going to be talked out of running the full. Like, something snapped in my brain when I started running, and I started really thinking and trying to take care of myself and take responsibility and be disciplined with things, where I try to follow through with my words. So if I say I'm going to do something, um, I'm going to take action and I'm going to do that. Whatever it is I say I'm going to do. And I try to follow through with that. I try to make my word my bond. And I think, especially nowadays, with everyone being a critic, it's so easy to lose sight of that. Um, and we all are guilty of being all talk and not always following through with a lot of the things that we say we do. And I want to say there's nothing wrong with it, but no, there is something wrong with it. Like you shouldn't degrade yourself and your own standards and set yourself in that kind of mindset that's just going to build up and compound, and you're always going to fall short of your goals because you never actually follow through with anything. We need to step into action and actually kick into gear and figure out what we're going to do and take action of what we're doing. One thing was this podcast was all just talk, and I wanted to start this podcast, and I had this name, and I wanted to do this, and I started this whole idea in early 2020, and I just kept running and kept putting it off and making excuses and not doing anything, and eventually 2021 was right around the corner, and I wanted to post something about this before 2021. I wanted to do it in 2020 because that's when I really started working on myself and trying to think about building this thing. And I waited till the very last day to do an introduction episode for this podcast. That's really bad and awful because I waited till the last minute, and I just knew I had to just take action. And now I'm 78 days in to doing this podcast and talking to you guys about different subjects every single day, and eventually I'm going to roll in some guests here coming soon after my child comes. It's the fact that I just needed to take action and quit telling myself, hey, I'm going to do this. It's not even about telling necessarily other people, hey, being all about talk that, but it's about lying to yourself and telling yourself, oh yeah, you're going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'll just do it tomorrow. Or I could put this off. But quit putting it off. Get your butt on it. There's things that I actually need to do and I need to attend to that have to deal with this in my running and other things that I'm just kind of putting off because it's not that I don't have free time. My free time, I've been still being really bad with watching TV with my wife because she's pregnant. We're about to have our daughter. We're trying to just relax and take it easy. And I'm doing this. I'm running, doing the episode. We're almost got the baby room completely finished. I redid the whole bathroom upstairs. I'll take pictures. Just got the finishing paint on it. So there's so much going on, but I know I have to take action and follow through with everything that's on my plate. So there's things that even today, even though that I am taking action with this podcast and with running every single day, there's other things that I need to attend to with this podcast because I want to just keep evolving it, and I can't just, I need to focus on getting these episodes a little bit better organized and everything like that. There's things that I need to work on and take action on. So I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. I just think that we need to really focus on taking action. And for that reason, today your daily discipline is to take action. It is to figure out the things that you've been putting off, that you've been telling yourself, oh, I'll do this, or you've been telling other people, yeah, I'm going to do this. Eventually this is what I'm going to start as a business, or this is eventually I'm going to start this diet. Eventually, tomorrow I'm going to get in shape. Whatever it is that you've been telling yourself, excuse me, guys. Whatever it is that you guys have been telling yourself, take action. Just do it. Start doing it. Start making it part of your routine. I'm telling you, it'll be a challenge, but you'll feel so much better every single day. You will feel more rewarded. You won't, if you are feeling really empty and unrewarding with your days. That's how I was feeling for the longest time. I'm telling you, start setting yourself some goals, even if they're personal, even if it won't bring you the money you want or whatever the case may be. If it's going to make you feel better and it's actually good for you in the long run, start setting those goals, start taking action. So your daily discipline today is to take action, figure out what you've been just all talk about, and now finally kick it in to gear and take action. Other than that, though, guys, I want to thank you so much for listening. 78 episodes, 78 days, Friday, March 19th. If you guys can, please give this podcast a like, a subscribe, a follow, and a share on our Facebook, our Instagram, our YouTube, and whatever podcast streaming platform you listen to this podcast on. Thank you guys again so much for listening. This is the Defining Discipline Podcast, episode 78, Actions. I am your host, Scott. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow for episode 79. But before that, make sure you guys stay disciplined, get your daily discipline done, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, peace out.